Here at the Herb Tou podcast, we leverage time-tested sayings throughout the production of our show. This particular saying has never been more poignant than it is today. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. The Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce presents its 20th annual convention, United We Thrive. September 9th through September 11th, you do not want to miss it. It will include a who's who panel discussion moderated by Deborah O. Farmer, and then the following day, you'll hear from the teachings of Dr. Jeffrey Sterling, How to Manage Your Time. 72 hours in a day is the workbook that he authored. We'll go through that. We'll learn a lot. We'll improve outcomes in black culture by utilizing black voices. Make sure you join us September 9th through September 11th. United We Thrive.
I agree with what he said. So I didn't see specifically what Charleston White said, and you know, with me, it's fuck Charleston White to the end of the world. But not to say he don't ever make sense, because oftentimes he does. Oftentimes he just runs his motherfucking mouth. But Boosie, my nigga, you beat death row. They had you on death row to kill you. Then you motherfucking get sick and all this other shit to die. You survive all this. And now you walking around San Francisco with a pistol? San Diego with a pistol? Like, bruh.
So again, it's really kind of all over this. Every conversation got gray in it, right?
Sure, but the gray for me is it ends at death row. It ends at, I was on death row, these people wanted to kill me, and I got off death row. After that, I don't break laws. I don't jaywalk. I don't speed. I don't overextend my parking meter. I don't do none of the shit, Joe.
But you also Herb and not Boosie.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that in the sense that the energy and the lifestyle in the world that Boosie lives in is not the energy and the lifestyle that Herb lives in.
Sure.
Right? So you ain't got to go Boosie, right? Some of my homies who just kind of live kind of how they live.
You can't stop fucking up?
It ain't even can't stop fucking up. You've done so much shit that you cannot believe in your mind that energy ain't coming back to you.
Sure.
And in real life, the way the universe works, eventually it is coming back to you.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the best thing you could do is be prepared in the best way you can be. And, you know, for lack of a better term, you probably should have a weapon. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, what risk you gonna take?
Yeah, I mean,
I got a true story. One of my good homies, right? Young boy. Well, he's telling me a story from experience he had as a young boy, right? Ended up putting a pistol in somebody's mouth, but he didn't pull the trigger, right? 25 years later, Harold's on 87th. That same man walked out, and he with his family now. He ain't a young boy no more. He got kids and a wife.
I'm not even on this no more.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Right? But he ain't on it in this moment for sure.
Right? Oh, but I remember you put a pistol on him.
He remembered who dude was. His hope was dude didn't remember who he was.
How'd that go?
So he walked out the store, let his wife order and all that, but he's still kind of standing guard. Dude came out the store and was like, I know exactly who you are. I'm giving you a pass, homie, because you didn't pull the trigger. But be clear, I'm prepared to do everything. I'm only giving you a pass, and the only reason he gave him a pass because as a young boy, it was somebody else egging him on to shoot dude.
He did.
And he made a decision not to do it. But whatever happened to get you to the point where they had a pistol in your mouth, they violated homie, obviously.
Oh, clearly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you had a streets play. It ain't the length or the weight of the violation is the violation.
Shit's never over.
It's never over. So dude pulled him like, I know exactly who you. He let him know, like, I could do it to you and your people. And I let you walk, right? So think about that. 25 years later, bro.
Hey, revenge is the best served as a cold dish, right?
Yeah, man. So it's just, you know, he was like, I was scared to death.
No, I mean, there are certain things that happen to you that you just don't forget.
That's real.
There are certain things today as a grown man and as a, person that ain't got nothing to do with no tomfoolery. There's one thing in particular that happened that I still struggle to accept or to move on from. And this is 20 years. Like, it's just hard. It's just really, really hard. And I don't know if the opportunity presented itself for me to rectify this situation, in my mind, rectify this situation. I don't know what decision I'd make, because I feel that much of a way about the situation. And I get it, man. It's a violation. Like you said, that was the right word. They violated, homie. And when you get violated like that, you like it's this hole that you can't feel. You can't replace it, and you assume that like revenge will fill this hole. It won't really, but not having it still. I mean, Pac said revenge like the sweetest thing next to getting pussy. So like, it's just different.
I don't even know if I would quantify it as revenge though. It could legitimately and logically be just quantified as safety. Right?
Safety?
Yeah, it could legitimately just be quantified as safety, right? In the sense of you violated me in this way. My only people who've been shot before, you know what I mean? Usually they respond with a mindset that says, "I got to get you before me." It's not even a anger or it's none of that. It's I'm going to save me.
Sure.
Right? The very essence of humanity, that first inkling is survival.
Sure.
Right? And because I've been in this situation that puts me so close to the edge, I'll do whatever I got to do just to survive. And there's no thought or no emotion attached to it.
Is there any statute of limitations on the fear part of it, on the survival part of it? Like in the story you just told, Buddy walking the restaurant with his wife and kids.
You know how to swim?
He's not a threat to me right now. And I've seen him and I'm a strap. He's not a threat to me right now. But I do hate this motherfucker.
You know how to swim?
No, not really.
Okay. If you ever been in a position where you was almost about to drown, you're going to have a certain respect for water for the rest of your life, even if you learn how to swim.
Oh, yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you understand the magnitude of what this is.
It's not a game.
It's not a game.
It's good.
Right? I can swim. I've got trophies for swimming. But you know why? Because young at Abbott Park, somebody jumped off the diving board on my back, and it was almost over for me. Somebody had to come down and pull me up out of there. Now, I learned how to swim from that incident. Like, I ain't going out like that.
Yeah.
You right? But even with that, I have a healthy respect for water.
You have to.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you understand the reality of the situation because you've been here before.
Yeah.
Same thing with the street. With the streets or anybody, I don't even want to say the streets. Anytime your life has been threatened, I have a healthy respect for this kind of energy. You know what I mean?
So with Boosie, I just feel like,
and I ain't justifying Boosie behavior. You got money, get some security guards.
Get some security. Do something else, bro, other than like carry a pistol around when you're a person that's probably eligible for life for having a pistol. You know what I mean? Like, just make better decisions, Boosie. And I like Boosie. I really do. I like his authenticity. I think he's very genuine in his thoughts, whether they right or wrong. I think he's very authentic and genuine, and I respect that about people. But this is just fucking stupid, bro. You're not 20-year-old Boosie no more. You know what I mean? Like, you're not the dude laying on the ground in the street next to the charger counting out hundreds until you can't count them out no more.
I'm going to challenge you, though.
50 with grandkids and shit.
I'm going to challenge you. And I think this goes into the totality of all the conversations we plan to have today. Right? You remember how we used to have these Kevin Samuel conversations?
Sure.
And one of the things you would always say is that in the context of a spiritual connection, Kevin Samuels is wrong.
Right.
But in the concept of transactional relationships, right, Kevin Samuels is all the way right.
100%.
Right? Again, like I said, you're not Boosie. Right? You heard. So in my mind, Boosie is the Kevin Samuels girl or boy.
Sure.
And that's the world he's in.
Yeah.
So it just makes sense from there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Problem is, the vast majority of people is in Boosie's world instead of the other world.
Yeah.
Right? Mentally, they're in Boosie's world. And it plays out in so many other ways.
Yeah.
Where it's this transactional behavior set, and then you have to respond transactionally, and it creates a very savage, like, them women are savages.
Sure.
Those dudes who only deal with XYZ kind of women, they're also savages. They don't see it as such because it's so normalized.
I mean, it's the defense that T.I. was presenting when he was going through his gun case. And it was like, man, hey, these people tried to kill me in Cincinnati. They kept threatening to kill me. I know I'm a 7-time felon. I know I'm not supposed to have guns. But I also know people trying to kill me. What do you want me to do in that situation? His lawyers were able to twerk that defense and some community service into a really sweet deal for the type of artillery he was caught with. But even still, man, there has to be, I don't know, Boosie. Travel around, get your money, but if you got to be in spaces where you feel like I need the gun on me, maybe reconsider that shit, bro. Just considering your background. I'm saying this as a person from Boosie's perspective, not me, who beat death row, bro. Like that's the part I'm harping on. Like just not you just carrying a pistol, whatever. You came home from death row.
Every day might be death row in Boosie's house, though.
Why? Boosie live on 1,000 acres of land. Boosie throw his little parties, talk his crap on Instagram. You live behind gated fit. Like why, Boosie? Why is every day doomsday for you?
That's also a perspective that we have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it's a perspective we have only through the lens of entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know this is a more in-depth conversation. I don't even know if we want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you listen to Boosie's raps,
Sure,
Boosie has lived in another world,
100%.
right? And who's to say Boosie has fully left that other world?
No, I don't think so.
Right? So what is his behavior set in that other world? I said I salute to Charleston White because some of the things he said, and I don't know Boosie's history like that, but he got to talking about some of Boosie's behaviors, and I'm sure he has a different understanding of them than I do because he's researched and
he's
studied
interested in it that way.
interested in it in that way, right? And even from what Charleston White was talking about, Boosie is knee deep in some shit where you probably need a pistol.
Yeah, and his energy attracts it. A Boosie show is gonna attract certain people with certain energies. So I get it. You gotta do better, man. We gotta say welcome to this edition of Herb Tou. Thank y'all so very much for choosing to tune in to this episode. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you have already subscribed and set the alert so you do get reminders every time there is new content on the page. Thank y'all so much for choosing to be a part of this conversation. Leave any comments that you like to add to the conversation. This is where we talk about issues that currently impact the Black community, how they impact us individually, how they impact us collectively, and we discuss those things with your help. So thank y'all once again. Please make sure you share this conversation with at least one person that you think will add value to it or find value in it. This is Herb Tou. It is intellectual thuggery at its absolute finest. Again, my name is Herb. His name is Tou. Tou, what's happening, good brother? How you feeling, man?
Man, I'm very even keel.
I like that.
Right? I ain't up, I ain't down. I'm just even keel. Man, I had a good weekend, though, man. I told y'all a while ago I designed a park on Madison and Pulaski. So they had a kind of culminating event over there this weekend with That's Fly. So it was really the first time I got to see it actually finished. That was fly. Salute to Patrick and Africa House International. They did African Fest this weekend. I went to that too.
Yeah.
35th year anniversary of that, which is a big deal because I got a relationship with Patrick, and there was a real conversation around it not being able to happen. And again, about like Black life and Black Chicago and Black society just kind of dissipating. Like that's a staple in our community. So I was glad he was able to pull it off, man. So definitely went out there to support that. But that's pretty much it, man. Just been chilling.
No, that's what's up, man. Glad to hear it, man. I'm excited, I guess would be the word for me. It's football season. I know you couldn't care less about that.
Nope.
But for me, like it's always been, I can feel it in the air. Like, you know what I mean? Because I grew up playing it, I grew up loving it. Football season just brings energy to me, and I can feel it as soon as it goes from like what's 85 every day. And then now it's like 65, and you start to feel that little brisk in the air. I'm like, it's football season. Like people be like, oh, it's hoodie season, and that's wonderful. I like hoodie season as much as the next person, but it's football season.
You know what's crazy, G?
When by the time this dropped, the Bears will have played their first game.
I got a question about the Bears.
Yeah.
But also too, it's always very interesting to me. Like I'm not an anti-sports guy, I've been a sports guy all my life.
Yeah.
But I just got to this point in my life. Well, it started with the Kaepernick thing around football, but just even the football thing kind of led to the basketball thing. I don't watch none of it no more. I don't miss none of it.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that. Basketball doesn't interest me anymore. At least not to the playoffs. I hate the way the game is played at the pro level now, and that's emulated, throughout the lower levels. So I don't really enjoy watching basketball no more like I used to. Playoffs start, I get into it. March Madness comes, college basketball, I get into it. But football, aside from Colin Kaepernick, I think I was staunchly committed to that for like a year and a half. And it was so hard for me to not watch football for a year.
Sure.
Like it was like
heroin addict going through.
Bro. It was painful. Like,
oh my God.
It was tough. No, it was tough. But now, being back, not only observing the game, but, working around the game on a daily basis and covering the Bears, just like it's football season, you get this excitement for the possibilities, what could be, this optimism about your favorite team, whoever that may be. And And it's exciting, man.
Question though,
Hmm?
because I do catch every now and again the little clips and highlights and stuff.
Yeah.
The white boy quarterback, they just signed him for an extension with the Bears.
Tyson Bagent.
I'm confused.
What's up?
I think I read somewhere he's the first quarterback to get an extension since the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that mean though? Because I thought they just drafted the boy from, was it USC or UCLA or something?
So
like
they just drafted Caleb Williams last year. He was number 1 overall pick. In 2021, they drafted Justin Fields. He was the 11th overall pick. In 2017, they drafted Mitch Trubisky. He was the number 2 overall pick. Neither of those quarterbacks, Caleb Williams notwithstanding, it's not time for him yet, received a contract extension. Nor has any other quarterback that the Bears have brought in and signed. So they brought in some free agent quarterbacks before, but they didn't receive a second contract with the Bears. The Bears are historically known for having terrible quarterbacks.
I think you answered my question in the first statement. That's really the question.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, he not going to be the starting quarterback?
Yes, Caleb Williams is starting quarterback. Will he receive a contract extension?
Oh, he got to prove himself.
Who knows?
Right? Yeah, I just wanted, but
that's
with
the thing.
them making that decision, I was like, man,
they didn't extend Justin. They didn't extend Mitch Trubisky. They haven't extended any of their free agent signings like a Mike Glennon or Foles, Nick Foles, or any of those guys they brought in. Never received a second contract extension from the Bears because the play hasn't warranted it, or they busted the whole regime down. Head coach got fired, GM got fired, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's been a long time since a Bears quarterback has received a contract extension. I think Jay Cutler was actually the last one to do it.
Shout out to Jay Cutler. Didn't he just get arrested for drunk driving or something like that? It was something special. He did something really stupid.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know what's up with Jay Cutler, but it wouldn't surprise me. But, you know, well, like I said, when this drops, it'll be the morning after the Bears had a Monday night game. And hopefully they didn't, you know, embarrass themselves and they kick off the season the right way at home at Soldier Field. Monday Night Football. Minnesota Vikings come to town. It's gonna be a big game, exciting, and hopefully they don't embarrass themselves.
Yeah, well, good luck. You know?
That's the best you can do with them. It's the best. You know the best you can do with them, man. I was in the locker room with a lot of them today. They excited. They talking, you know, saying all the right things, but you know, we'll see. Good luck to them.
In regards to that Boosie thing, man, I think it's interesting because this week in the news, there's been a lot of chatter around Young Thug and what happened with the Young Thug case.
Yeah.
Right? And there's been all these kind of leaked conversations from conversations he was having on the jail phone where people came to see him type of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, man, you know, all the talking about, what's his name, Gunner?
Yeah, Gunner. Being
a snitch.
Mm-hmm.
And what's been revealed through these phone conversations essentially is that Thug was a snitch.
Mm.
Right? You know, the little funny dude that was always on the stand, Woody or whatever his name was, he became famous through the YSL trial.
Yeah.
He's an official street dude.
Uh-huh.
Right? And he's making some statements. And I ain't even gonna say he's an official street dude, although he is. But I got an even larger reverence for dude, even though the foul shit he's done in the street, I'm sure he did it. Right? But I got a certain level of reverence for him because what I found over the last week is that, at least per my vision of manhood and masculinity and community for that matter, he's a representation of it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But I also go back to the thing I said about not Charleston White, but the relationship guy that died.
Kevin
Samuels, mm-hmm. Right? And how this world is transactional and you get these savage behaviors out of it, right? So on one hand, the Woody boy, I think his name is Woody, savage for everybody outside the fold of this entity, the YSL entity.
Mm-hmm.
He with everything. He gonna do all of it. He's their hitter.
Yeah.
Right? But within the fold, inside of this YSL thing, he's moving with all heart and empathy. I love y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why he behaves the way he does outside of that entity. And I ain't justifying none of that, but
is that true of everybody you know like that? Because that's very true of most people I know that are like that. Like the shooters, the hitters, the enforcers of the clique have no problem leaving your brains on a breakfast table at a diner at 10 in the morning. But also the biggest hearts, the most loving people, they see you, they hug you, I love you when you go.
Very interesting dynamic, ain't it?
Right? Is that true for the people you know like that?
I know a lot of them like that.
Yeah, right?
Very interesting, very interesting dynamic, right? But inside that fold, though, leadership is corrupted. Inside that fold, there's a very transactional behavior set.
Mm-hmm.
Inside that fold, you just a wild dog to me, and I'll leverage you however I want to leverage you.
Sure.
Right? And since these tapes have come out, and I don't know how the tapes leaked or who leaked them. If anybody got some sense, the municipalities probably leaked the tapes. It just makes sense, right? But yeah, man, he shunned Gunna to everybody in Atlanta, right? While he's having these same backdoor behaviors himself. Right, and it just brought me to the concept or the thought process that there really is no honor amongst thieves, specifically in today's society. And I come from a world where it was so very different than that. Right, it was so very different than that. And I don't know if it's the tail wagging the dog or the dog wagging the tail, but I think it's kind of a reference point for the divisive nature of our communities today. Right, one of the first lessons you learn, specifically if you got siblings, is you don't tell on your brother or your sister. Right, my parents legitimately used to say this to us: y'all are the closest to people in the world, even closer than me and your daddy are to y'all, because y'all share the same DNA. You don't tell on your sister, or you don't tell on your brother. Even my sister, like shit. By the time I was a teenager doing stupid shit, my sister arrived for me in the face of my parents, like, "Nah, I'm not gonna tell you that. I ain't, I'm gonna hold you down." And if not enough for nothing, I could trust my sister. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that same energy extended out to my boys. And that same, you know what I mean? Today, though, the back door come from your homie. Has to. You know, it's the only place it can come from. Right? And now this becomes the overarching kind of energy of the community. And then you think about leadership in these groups. Right? If we're looking at the YSL group, Thug is CFO. He's leadership. Right? And leadership is corrupted. Boosie, CFO, leadership is corrupted. And we keep going down the line. We ain't even got to name the famous people. In the streets, leadership is corrupted. Right? And it's really just a reference point to how America's transitioned in a lot of ways, right? It's more and more savage behavior, more and more lack of trust, more and more dismantling of community, and it's becoming micro. Right? It used to be macro, i.e. back to me and my sister, the community extends. It's closing in, right? And at some levels, I've heard conversations today where, like, yeah, he my blood, but he ain't my family. Right. That wasn't something I was accustomed to coming up. Sure. And it's just a very interesting thought.
It definitely is, man. Two things struck me while you were speaking, and when the first one kind of blew me, it was like right when I got done speaking, and I was like, damn, just hearing myself ask you if the killers also exude these types of behaviors. And I looked over at the camera for a second, and there's so many people that are watching this show right now, like, wait, y'all know people who will blow people's head out at the diner? Like, that's an existence, that's an experience for you? And it's like, well, yeah, but we talk about it so casually, and here, like, yeah, of course we know those people. You know what I mean? But it's a unique experience, a unique existence to have. Before the show started, you and E was talking about like people that's not from here. And it's like, and I mean like not from America or whatever. Like, it's like, yeah, I don't know killers like that intimately that they come up and give me hugs and kisses and shit like that. It's like, no, I know killers that intimate. It's like, damn, it's kind of fucking wild, first of all. Secondly, as far as like the Young Thugs or the Boots, like, I thought it was poignant that you called him the CFO, not even like CEO, but Chief Financial Officer, and that's what makes you the chief, right? And we've seen that play out before. Thug don't necessarily, I don't know the inner workings of the organization, but Thug don't necessarily become the chief because he's the best leader or the hardest worker, or he's got the bag, so he's in charge. Bump became chief, not because, now I do know the inner workings of that organization. I do know a lot of fucking Goon Squad niggas. Bump he was the most charismatic one, but he wasn't the hardest worker, if you know what I mean. But he chief, because he was generating the buzz in the bag. It's just kind of how it goes, but it doesn't hold you to any standard of accountability. Dirk, right?
That's how all the neighborhoods go, for real. Like, just think about it coming up. Like, even as shorties, like,
facts.
The person with the money was the leader of the gang, for real. It wasn't like the one that did the dirt was. You know what I mean? It was never that way. It was always.
I don't know if that's true, bro.
I'm gonna push back a little bit too, but go ahead.
I don't know if I agree with that, right? And I think sometimes we like idealize things, right? You got to think. Well, Larry went to jail in the 70s, right? And just for two.
It's also a
Right.
chicken and egg conversation, but I bring that up.
True, but if they went to jail in the 70s and they're kind of labeled as the start of, right? Then somebody that's 18, 19, when I'm alive or when I'm born, they become that next generation of leadership, right? They taxed the block. They weren't on the block. So in reference point, they taxed the block, but they weren't on the block. So there's a whole bunch of people who was getting money. Now they enforced, you gonna give me some of your money when they wasn't doing what the people on the block was doing, right? Even the plug wasn't necessarily Larry and Jeff. That wasn't, I could name a bunch of different names that ain't them. You understand what I'm saying? So I think there was still some kind of hierarchy. It ain't no thing. I know it was a hierarchy. It looked a little different, right? And it's no different here in any other thing, right? The guy, visibility. Dirk, I said Dirk. Dirk is a little boy when he becomes Lil Durk. He's a child. You know what I'm saying? He's a child with a childlike mentality. There's the Calumet buildings or Parkway or whatever. I'm intimately in relationship with those places, right? It ain't a name about it, that old block conversation that I can resonate with as somebody of value from those addresses, because they're so much younger than me, right? And I say so much younger than me, but even in the context of the streets, it would be the me still leading the thems today. Still would be that, in my opinion.
I feel that, but I feel what you're saying, Pete. I just, like when you were saying that, I just thought about like me coming up and who were the leaders and why.
But the times was different. I'm talking about, like, I know it ain't no real leadership today, but the money is the leader now. Back then, it was some structure and it was hierarchy at the same time.
Right.
But I'm talking about the shift changed like around the 99, like around 98, 99, when the shift changed from everything went money.
So
You know what I mean?
agreeing with my statement though? That's
Yeah,
kind of the argument we
definitely.
make. It as the money becomes the mainstay, this is the value asset, right?
Exactly.
And if that's the case, then it ain't no leadership. It's just savagery and fragmented behaviors.
So when I mentioned the chicken or the egg thing, what I was getting at was, does the person with the money naturally or implicitly become the leader, or does their leadership lead to them being the one with the money? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I do, but their leadership don't lead to the money.
So this is what I'm not saying now, but I'm saying even if you go back in time, right? Like I said, I was thinking about like my crew and how everything ran. Like, who was leading? Were they the most charismatic? Were they the work? And the truth was, like, when we was running around, it's me and Diop and Boo and Ben and Soldier, and like, there was a reason why the people who was running it, they were very charismatic. They were organized in a way to like, hey, we all over here, we about to do this, that, or the third, right? And they were also very hands-on. They were also very hands-on when hands were needed. And it was kind of like this implicit, like it wasn't even like this we never had a conversation. It's like, oh, Boo the leader. We just kind of fucking knew it. And it wasn't because he had so much more money than everybody else. He did have a crib that we used to post up at. But like, I don't know what came. I don't know that he was like placed there, or he just like was kind of like naturally elevated there, because I don't know. I was the fucking youngest person around, so it damn sure it wasn't gonna be me. But he was one of those people who just has a level of charisma, the grind. He was willing. He loved everybody too. The way we responded to certain things that needed to be responded to, it was, I don't know, man. But I like, today is definitely money first.
It was an understood hierarchy, though, right?
It was an understood
even
thing.
without y'all saying nothing, it was an understood hierarchy, right? So if the money is the leader, then the hierarchy could never be understood. And we talking about this from a street term perspective, but this ain't just a street term perspective, right? What, 70 to 80% of the wealth in America is just kind of passed down through generations. So you've not done anything to earn that wealth. You just kind of inherited it. Right? That don't mean you have a certain skill set to run a company. That don't mean you got a certain skill set to think through anything. That don't mean you got a certain skill set to be of in a position of power. But because you've been passed this baton, you just assume the position, right? That'll make you good at it.
I honestly think that's more so what happened in my generation, because most of the leaders of the neighborhood or the leaders of the crews, they all had like big brothers and big uncles or cousins that's already what we were trying to emulate, maybe.
True.
You know what I mean? So
True.
I think it had a lot to do with the lineage and stuff like
That's
that.
also
So
true.
part of the argument I'm making is, though, same thing with the money, it's just access. It's not skill set, it's access. If I'm the plug, if I got the plug to the Mexican, if I got the plug to the right Hispanic, I'm gonna get more money than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not because I hustle better.
I'm the man.
I just got a relationship.
Yeah.
That's it. My access point put me in a room with a guy who could get me this.
Yeah.
And because I can get this, I'm gonna outwork you, I'm gonna out hustle you because my product is this, or because I can keep it and you can't keep it.
Yeah.
Right? It's just that simple. I don't have a better marketing plan. I don't have a better strategy. I just got it.
Ace just met Lulu one day.
Ace just met Lulu one day.
And then
Ace
he was
was
the man.
never supposed to be Ace.
He wasn't the
You understand what I'm saying?
He wasn't the
built
charismatic
like
one.
that. He just met Lulu by accident. You understand what I'm saying? So when you got that in position,
Ace meets Lulu. Title of the episode.
yeah, Ace meets Lulu. You know what I mean? And it's just that simple, and it gets very fragmented. It's Donald Trump being born to a Trump family, right? If he's not born to a Trump family, i.e. being leveraged or given or inherited XYZ millions of dollars to fail the multitude of times, he never levels up to even be a conversation piece, right? Trump was born to Trump. Ace met Lulu is the same conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think you get these kind of fragmented ideas out of that. But I think it's also very interesting. I think the Young Thug conversation that we having really resembles the Donald Trump conversation that we having too.
Yeah.
When you get this kind of a narcissistic maniac, because that's usually what it's going to produce, because you ain't really built to be in these positions. Right? Here's the thing, right? And this plays out in our community. It irks the shit out of me.
What's that?
How everybody be like, I'm a boss.
No, you're not.
Here's the thing, though. Being the boss is probably one of the worst positions to have because you're accountable for everybody. You're responsible for everybody. I eat last. You understand what I'm saying?
You have to.
When the ball drops, it drops on me first. Right? It's an earned position, but it's earned out of empathy. It's earned out of love. It's earned out of hard work. It's earned out of a multitude of things. But egoic, I'm a boss, is just narcissism.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's you call yourself what the fuck you want to call yourself. You know what I mean? You call yourself the king of this, or you call yourself the boss of that. It don't mean shit. You know what I mean? One, I think the best leaders, and I've said this a lot about every realm of society, the best leaders surround themselves with smart, talented people. Let them go to work, and you just look like a fucking genius. You know what I mean? And all of those people are bosses in and of themselves. That's why, as I was thinking through the conversation we were just having about clique leadership growing up, it's hard to kind of think through because everybody was like, and like it wasn't this like, oh, you said do what? It's like everybody was their own independent thinker, but we just moved as a fucking unit. You know what I mean? It wasn't like, hey, you go to the store, or you go over there and do this, or you grab that, or you had that. It's like, nah, we just kind of, but the shit was implicit, but that boss shit is like, well, how did you earn that? You know what I mean? Like, what did you do to get that? And if it was just I rapped and got a bag, or I got the bag because I knew the plug, that's not enough.
It's not earned.
No,
It's not warranted.
no, and nobody respects it, which is why Ace got shot in the head. Cause what's the name didn't respect how you got in this position. I grew up in this. I remember I used to come to your crib, put cash on your table, and fuck your sister. You know what I mean? In front of your mama type shit. Like, I go to jail for this shit. I come out, you the man? How the fuck you the man?
And I know you ain't built like I'm built.
And now I come out, holler at you, hey, put me on. You telling me, no, I'm not putting you on. You can just play the side. I'll make sure you get paid. Play the side? I don't play the side. I'm him. And then you got this goofy nigga disrespecting me in the bowling alley, calling me Kermit the Frog and shit. I'ma see you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see you.
I think those are great. I think the Ace Met Lulu conversation is a great example.
Listen, there's a reason I play point guard over here. Okay, I'm really fucking good at this.
That's great, right? But I think Kermit the Frog. I can't remember his name. But
Calvin.
I think Calvin is a great example of the savagery of today.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He had a relationship with Ace.
Mm-hmm.
He dated Ace's sister.
Real quick, if you don't already know what we're referencing, if you don't know what we're talking about, cut off the video and leave us alone right now. We're not the same.
Yeah, but even with that, right? Even with that, the relationship. I've been in your house. You date your sister.
Mm-hmm.
The money is the driver.
Right.
I will murder you for the status and what it represents.
Backdoor.
Right?
The backdoor.
The backdoor.
Right. The backdoor. Right. Now, and Ace's real crew, which really didn't go further than Mitch.
Right.
Right. Because Rico really was just an add-in.
Right.
Right. It was a relationship forged through love. Mm-hmm. And respect of each other.
Right.
That's all it was.
Right.
You know what I mean? But everybody who wasn't there for those reasons was backdooring each other.
Mm-hmm. But even if you look at it like how Ace tried to play the game, for Ace it was business. It was just a means to an end. For Rich or Mitch in the movie, for Rich it was the love of the game. This is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I could quit today. It's a quote.
Mm-hmm.
I could quit today.
But will they still love me?
Will they still love me? Will they still cheer for me? And that's the allure that Jay-Z speaks of when he's talking about the addict is an addict, sure. But I'm an addict too. I'm addicted to this shit. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing though, brother, and that's really at the crux of the conversation. They don't love you in the first place.
No.
They never loved you.
No.
Right? And you chasing love the whole time, but they don't love you.
It was fugazi.
Right? So they'll take your nephew and they'll cut his ear off or cut his hand off or whatever they cut off. I don't remember the part. Right? Mm-hmm. It was never love.
No.
So i.e. back to Thug and all them, Boosie, whomever you want to leverage. Right? It's me above all. I don't love none of y'all. I'm just using y'all to maintain whatever status I can keep or get.
I want to move on to a local / international story before we get on a couple other things, but while we were on that topic, I wanted all of y'all's opinion on where Paid in Full ranks in all-time like hood classics.
I rock with Paid in Full, G. But I guess I have to have an understanding of all-time hood classics because I'm kind of
put the camera over there.
I put Bounded in all-time hood classics.
Oh, the classic hood, the hood classic is not pictured in that shot. I was trying to get the hood classic picture from Boys in the Hood. But yeah, we're talking Boys in the Hood. We talking South Central. We talking Menace to Society. We talking Shotters. We talking,
Of them you just named, Paid in Full is my favorite. Of them you named.
Even more than like Boys in the Hood and Menace to Society.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if I disagree or agree, but it's just wow.
There's something about the West Coast, G. I'm gonna sound like a hater, but I don't care. How you mad with all the palm trees? It's too sunny to be mad. It's too nice outside. Stop being mad. G.
Hey,
take the triple fat goose off and enjoy the weather.
I used to wonder that too when I would watch it on TV and all that. And then I'm in LA, and I got an affinity for the hood. Plus, this was around the time that Nip. That was my first time in LA. It was the first time I really wanted to go like to the hood like that. And I go through the '60s, and it's just me. I had my friend drop me off, and I was just over there, and I'm just walking through the blocks, and I'm interested about the address that he would always give out for his granny house. So I'm just walking through the blocks, and it's so peaceful, well manicured lawns and palm trees and shit. And I was like, this is great. And then I turn the corner, and sure as I'm sitting next to you, 15 niggas in forms of blue dress and all this, and they bicycles out and
where you from, homie?
One of them actually was like, yo, and I was like, yo, and we talked for a little minute, and I'm like, I'm from Chicago. He like, you from Chicago? And I'm like, yeah, and that, comes with a level of respect, reverence, you know what I mean? So he just let me hang out, and then everybody else started coming along, and next thing you know, I'm just chilling on 59th and 5th with like 15 rolling 60s for like an hour just shooting the shit, but it was like, this is fucking gorgeous. Like, this is the most beautiful place I've ever seen. And y'all over here just going ham.
Well, I think that's how I feel when I go to Cali, though. Like, it's just so euphoric. Like, my whole childhood, all the movies, just the West Coast atmosphere. It's like, oh, my God, I'm just in this shit right now. Like, you feel like you're riding in a movie, but I definitely don't see what all the attention came from. It's beautiful out there.
But, again, right, beautiful as it is, back to the savage nature of capitalism. It's expensive as fuck to be there. Right, last time I was down, I think gas was like $8 a gallon. That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So although we see it from one vantage point, it's just like the hood in our neighborhood. G. At the end of the day, man, I was listening to NPR today, and it was talking about Chatham and the kind of anchoring of Chatham and who lived in Chatham and the names that are in the history books of the black world was representatives of people who lived in Chatham. But 79th Street is Chatham, y'all.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And as time passes and inflation goes up and who the next generation takes on that home and poverty is poverty, bro. You know what I mean? It is. So although we got the palm trees and all that, gas is $8 a gallon. And we know black people in a dual earning household don't make $50,000. Yeah. You can't have a car.
Right. You can't fill it up.
You can't fill it up. You know what I'm saying? Even on your midnight booty runs, niggas like, where you at?
Right.
And LA spread out. You can't get there.
Do I really want to go?
That costs $16.
Do I really want to go?
It created behavior.
Oh,
you know.
Hey, Tou, have you ever
no, have you ever been crazy shit? Right?
Have you ever been into like getting tied up, letting your partner like tie you up?
No, my G.
In the bedroom?
No, Herb.
No.
Obviously, that's one of your things.
No, it's not. I haven't never done that. There's a woman in 1993 convinced her husband.
Knows the date. On February 3rd.
It was a Friday. I wanted to talk about it for her. I put it in the checks. I wanted to talk about it.
I wanted to do it after I heard about it. So
trust me, after I heard about it, I did not want to do it.
It was a ball game.
She convinced her. Right. She convinced her husband to let her tie him up. He thinking it's kink night. It's up. Stabbed him 193 times.
Well, I guess it was kink night.
193 times stabbed the man, Joe.
Did he make it?
No.
Yeah.
There's no more room after she stabbed you 193
times. G. She was dedicated.
You can't miss enough. You can't miss enough organs and arteries at 193 shots.
That's a lot, G.
Stevie Wonder could stab you 193 times. He hitting something.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah, that's sad, man.
Yeah.
She
claimed like some mental shit and said like even after I had stabbed him 193 times, I still felt like he was attacking me. After you tied him up, restricted his movement, and stabbed him 193 times, you thought he was attacking you?
What happened to her?
Let me look it up. It's in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's too much.
Yeah, no, it's insane. So
y'all do the tie-up thing over there? Y'all tie him up? That's the thing?
No, y'all tie him up?
No, y'all tie him up.
The case was
Herb got a lot of trust out here.
Never happened to me.
Is that good or bad though? The fact that nobody in here trusts their partners.
I just don't like the feeling of restriction like that. It ain't that I don't trust my partner. I don't like that feeling of restriction.
I would like to be tied up, but now that I've heard this, I don't think so.
E4O.
Capital E, baby.
In 2003, Texas mother Suzanne Wright carried out one of the most shocking crimes in recent history. She lured her husband, Jeff Wright, into what he believed was a night of intimacy and role play. Once he was tied to the bed, Susan launched a brutal attack.
Wright is a black name. Suzanne is not. What do we got here? What do we got?
She's pegged the blue-eyed butcher.
Yeah,
blue-eyed butcher, white folks. All right, salute to them.
Stabbing him 193 times with 2 different knives.
Oh, she was double-fisted.
Even after inflicting nearly 200 wounds. She like a dummy, a little dial on the string and shit.
Your eyes will be tired as fuck.
What?
I just tired doing that. 193?
You got to black out.
Yeah, it's not funny, but you know.
She said, I couldn't stop stabbing him. I couldn't stop. I knew as soon as I stopped, he was going to get the knife back and he was going to kill me.
And do what?
And I didn't want to die.
Well, you shouldn't have started stabbing him.
If you stab me 193 times and I get the knife, I'm just going to put the final wound in so I can stop hurting so bad.
If you pretend to stab me and I get the knife, it's over for you.
Okay, more context. Wright, 27, claimed her husband was a monster who beat her, emotionally abused her, and accused her of cheating. She said the night he died was the first time she fought back. She testified that her husband, 34 at the time of his death, had been on a cocaine binge before he became violent and allegedly raped her on the night she stabbed him to death in self-defense.
Did she go to jail? Does it say?
They say she killed him for insurance money. She could face up to life in prison if convicted. She's on trial right now.
This was in 2003. That shit got to be over.
Oh, well,
Question though. I'm intrigued just from the room, right? Because that defense, right? He beat me, right? I think there are some conversations that are uniquely feminine that you can uniquely use because you're a woman, right? Think about a man tied up his wife.
She beat me.
And she beat me.
So I think first,
and men get beat up too.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They do.
First of all, I think
misandry, call it out.
Oh, she was she was convicted of murder and was given a 20-year sentence. She was released in July 2020.
She back on the streets.
And how long ago was this?
It happened in 2003. She received 20 years.
Oh, okay.
She got out 17 years later.
Oh, okay.
So first of all, I think she messed up with the tying them up.
Well, now, she might have messed up with just stabbing them. That might have been the bad part.
No. If she had just like stabbed him in the kitchen.
I don't know. Maybe it was the stabbing. It was getting the
ball. It was the tying up. I'm telling you. As far as the defense goes, I'm talking about. As far as the defense goes, it was the tying him up. Because now you're talking about premeditated murder. If she had just stabbed him up in the kitchen, she could have been like, no, I snapped. I was tired of it. He was beating me again. I just grabbed the knife and jugged him up.
Okay.
And then I blacked out and couldn't stop 193 times.
Hey, May, that love never find me.
To lure him in the bedroom and tie him up, you on a different kind of time now.
Yeah, man, that's very white of them, man. That's a very white crime. You know what I mean?
That's a white crime.
Hey,
it's a white collar crime.
Brother ain't gonna get stabbed 194 times. I don't give a fuck he tied up or not. He gonna figure it out. He gonna figure it out. You are not finna stab me 194 times.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of defense, real quick, going back to the YSL thing. The attorney, she's married one of the defenders, and they're expecting a baby. Well, I don't know if they got married. They probably skipped that, but she is expecting a baby. The YSL attorney Kayla Bumpus and defendant Shannon Jackson, who met during the RICO trial, are expecting a baby.
Bless their hearts.
Bless their
only in Atlanta.
Only in the A, baby. You seen the Magic City doc?
I didn't see it yet.
I love it,
man. He would love it.
I used to work for Magic back in the day. So, he had a club in the school. Well, when I went to school in Tuscaloosa, he had a club in Tuscaloosa where I went to school.
Okay.
And I used to work the door. So he gave it to his homie. He bought it for his homie, but he would still come back and forth. So I actually worked for Magic.
Well, that's dope. Mm-hmm. For real. Now the doc is good.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
The doc is pretty good. Yeah, it is.
White chocolate in it?
White chocolate is prominently featured in it.
White chocolate.
From how she started, she was some street dude girlfriend, baby mama.
As they all are.
He got locked up. She like,
as they all.
We gotta keep this going.
Just gotta keep getting paid.
Walked in the club her first day, didn't know nothing, couldn't dance, didn't have nobody. But then she learned, and then they started calling her the best stripper of all time. At least the DJ did. It's like she's the best one that ever came through here. Like she cold. Got to the tip drill video. Got the credit card ass swipe from Nelly. Legend.
It's a den of misandry. It's a den of man-hatingness. All strip clubs are.
Why you say that?
Because that's what it is.
Okay, why you say that?
What do you mean?
Because I always feel loved when I'm there.
You would.
It's so euphoric when you walk through the door.
But the same behavior.
I always think they love me.
The same behavior that old girl stabbed that white man for 194 times for, right? The manipulative, abusive behavior that he imposed on her, the same manipulative, abusive behavior that those strippers use on men. Mm-hmm. It's just they use the skill sets that they have.
You got to use what you got to get what
That's
you want.
what it is, right? But we keep trying to fix the sickness from the vein of the sickness.
Mm-hmm.
You got to fix the sickness from the root, G. But nobody sees the root because we don't even have those kind of conversations. Like, I'm laughing and I'm joking and I'm playing. I'm not even playing. I'm laughing and I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
It is a den of misandry, right? Them,
intellectual thuggery. Come on with it.
If you have an intimate conversation with most strippers, they mostly, and for whatever reason, I can't speak to the reasons, but they mostly hate men.
Mm-hmm.
Have a conversation with one of them. They'll tell you. It's a very interesting dynamic.
saw a clip that said,
and that doesn't admonish men, because the men who beat up on women, they hate women too.
yeah.
But this is the culture.
I saw one more clip, and I promise, Mama Dre, I'm gonna move on to more intellectual shit after this. But this is the bottom of the show right here. This is the depths of bullshit that I'm about to hit.
Depths of bullshit.
This is the depths of bullshit. I saw a clip, and the clip said, "What's the wildest thing somebody's ever said to you in the bedroom?" And the person who would most closely be described as a stud said, the woman said, "I want you to nut at me."
Wait, hold on. You accounting the real experience, or you said, well, I'm
It's a
confused.
clip. I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, so these are two women.
It's a stud. Yes.
Did we
The
think,
actress stud was the wildest thing somebody ever said to her in the bedroom. She said the woman told me to nut in her.
yeah. It's kind of where we are as a
So
society.
listen, this is me. It was too much for me to just let it go. So I got to start making phone calls and texts now. So I started calling my lesbian friends. I said, "Hey,
Do y'all nut in each other?
you ever told one of these stud women to come in you?" One of my friends said, "Yeah." What were you expecting? Like, did you expect to feel the pulsating before the explosion? Were you expecting to feel the warmth of the actual release? What like
Because it's your friend, I don't want to say what I want to say.
you can say whatever you want to say.
Nah, I'm not, because I've met some of your friends in public, and they already got an energy with me. I'm chilling. But I got something to say, believe that shit. I got something to say.
I said, did you hear what I said? You got to watch the show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're going to have to transition, because I can't say anything.
okay, we're going to move on.
You might as well
President
finish out
Trump
with your
said he-
bullshit.
No, we're going
Because we only got about 9 minutes.
We only need 9 minutes, Mama Joe. Now get to your story, because that's what you're mad at. Let's get to your story.
Nothing. I'm
Let's get to
very
your
happy,
story,
actually.
Mama Joe.
President-
We can leverage the President Trump move inside of her
President
story.
Trump. Okay, we going to have them both together.
Yes, we are. We're quick. Stop talking. Let's go.
We quick for the explosion.
We finna nut in this film.
Peter asked the stud what was the wildest thing she ever heard in the bedroom. She said the woman told her to nut in her. Oh, and President Trump said he's bringing the National Guard to Chicago this week.
And he is. They're setting up out in Waukegan.
Mhm.
Right now they're setting up at some kind of like army base. So them doing that means that they're probably gonna bring something here. JB Pritzker was on TV earlier today talking about that he had got a call saying that ICE would be here. Now shout out to Mayor Johnson on some powerful black shit recently. I know people be hating on Mayor Johnson, but I fuck with Mayor Johnson in this moment in time for sure. Standing on black business.
Yeah.
But essentially, man, when you think about the National Guard, and specifically because we do have a governor, and this isn't D.C., they don't have any municipal powers, so they're not supposed to be able to arrest nobody. They're not supposed to be able to detain nobody.
Sure.
They're not supposed to be able to do a lot of shit. And the leverage and the movements that Mayor Johnson is going through is creating a standardized mode of operation where that shouldn't be taking place. But then you got to look at it from the back end and say, a dude who does not honor the Constitution at all, how can you really be assured that it's going to play out that way? You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's very interesting.
Listen.
Ask y'all, this isn't a part of my original question I wanted to ask, but what are Trump's reasoning for bringing the National Guard to Chicago?
What is he saying versus the reality?
What is he saying? Yes.
He's saying it's crime and violence.
It's lawless and
it's lawless. But I mean, you pull the layers back, right? Crime is down across the board.
Right.
Murders are down across the board. But he has a thing. Again, it's MAGA. I told somebody this earlier today, right? There's like 3 parties at play. There's the Democratic Party, there's the traditional Republican Party, and then there's the MAGA Republican Party.
Yeah.
And they're 3 separate parties in reality. Yeah. And MAGA has fully taken control of the Republican Party, right? And the impetus or the narrative of MAGA is racism. It just is, right? So when you have these mayors that run these kind of Democratic towns, or if it's a black town, a black city, it's 99% Democratic, you know what I mean? So he can show force and create energy around the racist dogmas that he's leveraging. That's all it is, right? You a black man, you in front of a city that got some say, watch me be me, right? Let me show you the power of my white maleness. You know what I mean? But again, back to that narcissist kind of philosophy, there's still consequences to that shit for everybody here. You know what I mean? So when you got those of us running around this city talking about, yeah, I want Trump here, yeah, the violence is this, you are also ignorant, right? Because you don't understand the throes of what that really means. But I just said the motherfucker has no regard for the Constitution. What the fuck you mean you okay with him doing whatever he want? Imagine a law enforcement group that has no oversight.
It's
Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's anarchy.
It's anarchy.
Yeah.
The fuck are you, and who you think they coming to see? Who you think they gonna harass? Who's the most powerless motherfuckers here?
That
Are
would
you
be us.
insane?
That would be us.
You're insane.
No, I think it's a time to be very concerned, fearful maybe. I don't know that we have time to be fearful. I also don't know that we have time to act in any meaningful way to defend ourselves. I remember having these conversations before about Trump being the president. I said, they might send tanks down Stony Island one day. Well, one day is upon us.
Friday.
Yeah, one day.
Friday. One day is Friday.
One day is upon us, right? And what does that look like? Does it force us to look inward in a way to find out what real leadership looks like, what blackness means, and how to respond to those things, man? I think that really. Listen, even when I said I thought it would be a good thing for Donald Trump to get in office and tear the system as we know it down, which I think he's doing, and I am happy about that part of it. But even in knowing that, I always said it could get really, really dark, and it could be very, very scary, and shit could get worse before it gets better. But hopefully that discomfort pushes us to a place of action.
So my only problem with that philosophy is Young Thug. My only problem with that philosophy is Boosie. My only problem with that philosophy is that the overarching concept today is not communal. Right? The overarching philosophy today is me. Right? And if it's just me, then how do you organize for a greater cause?
You have to be pushed to it. That's what I'm saying. That's my whole purpose of it.
But again,
pushed to, if I don't unite with my neighbors and my people, whatever my people is and means to you, if I don't unite with them, I will not survive. We must unify.
So again, right, it's a nuanced conversation. I'm very aware of that, but our existence has never been any different than what it is today. Right? Your survival is still contingent on everyone else's in the group's survival. Still today, right? In private industry, you don't work there.
Right.
You know why you don't work there? Because white folks own it. You don't have access to that.
Right.
So your survival has been one governmental or other black folks. Right. One of the most, Atlanta, Chicago, the reason why those cities create the most black millionaires is because there are the most black millionaires. It's cyclical.
Right.
You can get into said system.
Right.
Because black people take care of black people. Like Asian people take care of Asian people.
Right.
But again, as we get further away from those constructs, right, and the world keeps turning, and access points get further and further away, you're going to lose the one-time business owners, and nobody's going to have access. And it's like the crabs in the barrel. The crabs don't hate each other. They just not supposed to be in the goddamn barrel.
But you turn the clock back just 1 or 2 generations to a black America where everybody knew damn well what the circumstances were. There wasn't this illusion of inclusion into other spaces. There wasn't this belief of individual pursuit of happiness. There was a collective spirit, a collective attitude for how we did everything, from raising children to growing food. Like everything was like this idea of us.
Why do you think there's an illusion of inclusion today?
Because the water fountain don't say colored whites separated. The fucking bathrooms don't say whites only. You can see everyone on the bus, right? When you walk out your front door and you see these blatant, obvious signs, you can't eat here.
I can see some of that playing in, let's say, Texas, let's say Alabama, let's say Milwaukee. I can see some of that playing. In Chicago, you can sit anywhere on the bus because it's only you on the bus. right?
Mhm.
You don't got to have a colors only sign at your school because it's colors only.
Yeah, but even for a person who went around this whole world, facing racism and discrimination, Dr. King came here and said it's the most racist place I've ever been in my life.
Cool.
So I'm saying there's an energy and there's an understanding that comes with that. And now you get to a space where in 2025, you got black people and black appearing people saying, I don't think America's really racist. I don't really think it exists. And I mean black Americans or whomever else across the diaspora, right?
I agree. That's why I narrowed the conversation down to just Chicago, right? Because your experience is still deeply rooted in a very racially divisive kind of understanding, right? You don't have to worry about sharing your seat with a white man because you're not even going to see a white man. Still to this day, you know what I mean? Like,
even that tells you something, though.
That's kind of my point. So you shouldn't have the confusion of an access point.
No. You get the confusion because, okay, if I stay in Bronzeville, I'll see black people. But at least I can cross the bridge to Bridgeport. I can. Before you fucking couldn't. You cross the bridge from Darien to Bridgeport, we beat the fuck out you. Now, my favorite restaurant on 35th and Hosted. Really? That's interesting.
See, I got a different perspective, right? I think that scrolling is constant, and I think that we don't have genuine communities. So you don't even experience the places that you live. Like if you lived anchored in this city, I'd be hard pressed for you to not understand how racism works. Because everything you experience is very void of any other experience. It just is, right? And we're going through a gentrification phase, right? A rapid one, a grossly aggressive,
astronomical.
But even with the grossly aggressiveness of it, the South Side of Chicago is bigger than most cities, and it's still probably like 90% Negro. You know what I mean? Like, and the disparities that are represented in that 90% is very blaring, right? Because you go to any of those outskirted little whatever where it starts to change,
the Mount Greenwoods of the world,
you don't see that anymore.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So your perspective has to be warped if you're not understanding the environment in which you're inheriting. So your community is this now. And that becomes your reality because you don't need a colors only sign when it's only colors. Name a South Side school that's white or 50-50. A South Side school that's 50-50. Name one. Just 50-50.
I can't.
It's either exist.
Fully,
even today it don't exist.
Fully white or fully.
It's either, you know what I'm saying? It don't exist. So your experience is still rooted and marred in this kind of understanding, right? And I saw the 10 worst high schools in Illinois list not too long ago.
Sure.
My son went to 2 of them bitches.
Yeah.
Right? Just by sheer proximity.
But too, that's why I call it the illusion of inclusion. That's what an illusion is. An illusion is to see something completely different from what actually is. Fucking, what's his name? David Blaine, or not even him was the one I'm thinking of, but it don't matter which one I'm thinking of. The motherfucker made me believe there was a fucking car on the stage that wasn't there 2 seconds ago. Like, it's what an illusion is. David Copperfield. It's like, what the fuck? Like, I've been sitting here right here. I haven't blinked. I haven't moved my eyes. There was not a car right there. Now there is a car right there. One of those things was a fucking illusion. You know what I'm saying? But that's what an illusion is. So yes, I get what you're saying. The reality is you're still around all the same people.
But that's what
the illusion tells you that I am included. This is a more inclusive environment.
I get it. And that's why I said, like, I can understand that illusion having legs in Texas or in Alabama or someplace where this diversity concept is a real thing, right? It's not a real thing on the South Side of my mind.
No. So you speaking of a more mental like illusion. You can allow yourself to believe that in places where there is more relative diversity. But in a place like Chicago where there isn't the physical relative diversity, but that's where the illusion has to be the strongest. That's why you get a place where people would not have associated to be the most racist place in the world. Dr. King, like, man, I've been in the back roads of Mississippi and Alabama. This shit in Chicago is fucking insane. Like, it's because the illusion. That's what fucks you over. Like, that's where the mind fuck is. this looks like us. We must be in control of this shit. You don't control none of this shit. None of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what opens the door for the levels of racism and the impact of racism. Some white dude walking to me, punching me in my face is one thing. I'm not saying it's cool not to downgrade or dismiss racism anywhere else. But if I'm in wherever southern corner of the country, some white dude punch me in my face, I can punch him back, I can be scared, I can run, I can whatever. In Chicago, I don't even know you're punching me in my face. I think it's sweet.
Quick question.
You fucking me over with pens and pencils.
Because I know we finna get out of here unless you want to leverage the thing you was talking about. And I want y'all's experience in this too. And this is relationship based, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how you had those conversations. We've had them in here, right? And I saw something online where somebody was like, man, I don't want my daughter to have to experience struggle love type of deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a common term in the lexicon today, struggle love. And then there was all these comments, agreeing with it type of deal under it. And I just thought about it, and I just said to myself, what a value. And I ain't even in context of love. It could be in context of damn near anything in the world. What a value doesn't come out of struggle.
Anything worth having, man.
Everything worth having comes up out of struggle.
Mm-hmm. Life.
Everything comes up out of struggle. It is nothing of value on this planet that does not come up out of struggle.
Yeah. The plants grow out of the dirt. Giving birth is...
right? It's 4 billion sperm cells and only one make it.
Yeah.
It starts in struggle.
Yeah.
Right? And I guess that's the gift wrapping to the totality of all of this conversation. Right? We've misplaced the value and the real beauty of this journey.
Mm-hmm.
And only want the easy way.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it's the narrative of America. It's party and bullshit. It's what you asked me the other day. Where's room for fun?
Right. And
we don't have any value for the struggle part of this journey. And it's the only place where value's found.
True.
It's interesting to me.
We gotta go. Appreciate y'all very much for tuning in. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and share with at least one person that you think would add value to this conversation or find value in this particular conversation. Be on the lookout for the 2-minute drill. It is a new feature. It is a collab with Herb Tou and the Culture Seller. It is P at their absolute finest. You will see it very, very soon. For now, please make sure you like, share, subscribe. Shout out to P.I. for doing all of the hard work behind the camera. Shout out to E4O for being E4O, the best momager in the game.
Making faces, mad already.
She's got great news.
7 minutes.
She's got great news coming up. We're not dropping that just yet, but she got great news coming up. I love to see it. Yeah, I am. I'm not yet, but I will be telling it soon. Anyway, for 2, I'm Herb. Y'all be good to each other. Peace.
Assalamu alaikum.